Yet another criminal, another creepy Labour politician has been caught out and he's decided to plead guilty. He's going to jail. So let's talk about Tom Dewey, who is a Labour politician and was a local councillor and he was hanging out in Hackney a lot and because that was where he was, and he's now an official criminal because he held hundreds of photos, pictures of creepy young people. Yeah. So when you bring kids into this, that's one of the red lines when it comes to, well, not just me, but the whole society. There is one thing about embezzlement and just casual financial corruption for politicians. There's one thing about lying and deceiving the public. But there's another thing when it comes to when you bring kids into these criminal activities. And this is a big issue that right now is hitting the Labour Party hard. How many times in recent days, we talked about Labour politicians being arrested or going to jail over these sort of issues and other problems too. I'm still fascinated by all these stories that I've been reporting over the last few days and weeks about so many Labour politicians getting caught. Where is the corporate media? The corporate media has not reported on any of them. I'm pretty sure, I think one of them, they reported on one. I can't remember which one it was. The BBC was on the third page on the website of the BBC saying, oh, Labour councillor arrested. I'm so proud of you, BBC. And it makes no sense why there's no appetite from the corporate media to actually cover the criminalities. Is it because they're local people? Is it because we don't care about what happens outside of London or outside the Westminster bubble? It makes no sense. If a Tory MP or Brexiteer MP says something wrong, there will be an outrage, there will be a national investigation, they will cancel them and their families. But local politicians have more power than MPs because they actually hold decision-making powers, whereas MPs are just representatives. If you get in touch with your MP with a problem in your local area, you know what they do? They don't fix it. They just forward the email to the local councillors. They'll fix it for you. So we have to hold the local politicians to account even more than the national politicians at times. But at the same time, there's no appetite. Absolutely not. Anyway, then the report said that with local election campaigning well underway, Tom Dewey was arrested by the National Crime Agency officers at his home in Hackney. This happened at the end of April 2022, while his computers and other devices were seized. Dewey then stood as a Labour Party election candidate in Dewey ward in Hackney in the council election just 6 days after the police raid. Are you kidding me? 6 days after the police raid. A one-time borough organiser for Croydon, Dewey went on to win the seat for Labour at the election. Now, the Labour Party were notified by the council's chief executive of his arrest 11 days later. So this is the 16th of May, at which point it suspended the councillor Dewey. Now, he then resigned as a councillor on the same day, triggering a by-election last July. And then that thing happened ages ago, so the whole case. And then it's finally come out to actually then plead guilty. But the issue with this, by the way, this is about Philip Glanville, who is the Labour mayor of Hackney. At the time of the police raid, Tom Dewey lived at the same address as Philip Glanville. And according to the Hackney Citizen, Glanville said, I was not made aware of the police investigation until after the May 2022 elections when I was told by the council. I have not seen or spoken to Mr. Dewey since I became aware of the investigation. Hang on. So when there was a police raid and all the neighbourhood were talking about it, you didn't know? I'm not going to claim that Glanville should have known about the photos because they don't really publicise them, these groomers and creepy people. But surely you must have known about the police raid. So you just didn't know until after the May elections. Somehow you didn't know. So there's so many questions that they haven't been answered yet, but we'll keep you guys posted. We're going to keep reporting on corruption and criminality, even if the corporate media refuse to do so. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.